Here, come on. Uh, I wanted to make this video because I wanted to make a video that doesn't have a script like my other videos do. I wanted to make a video just to make a video, you know? A lot of my other videos, I'll sit here, I'll have my phone out with a Google Doc pulled up with a huge script. Sorry about my voice. I have a huge script pulled up for a lot of them, and I make videos like that usually. But this is sort of a spur of a moment video, you know? I've been seeing a lot of advertisements lately for mental health stuff and for a lot of stuff relating to mental disorders, nerodivergency, and stuff like that. And I wanted to make a video covering that topic because I have some opinions on that topic. Uh, Honestly, I think all mental quote-unquote disorders, they're all just societally and culturally induced, like many other things in somebody. It doesn't really matter if somebody is autistic. They're going to probably pick berries and hunt animals just as well as any other primitive human, but, you know, we put a society around ourselves, and that's why it's a problem now, or a quote-unquote problem. I myself am autistic, and I have high-functioning ADHD. Not sure how well-functioning I am with autism. I've been diagnosed of both these things. Unfortunately, I don't really like the diagnosis process. Maybe I'll talk more about that. But I've been seeing ads specifically for like tests about whether or not you're autistic, which I guess the corporations, they didn't really catch the fact that I'm already diagnosed. They keep recommending me shit about trying to see if I'm curious about it, but I'm not curious about it. I know it. But I wanted to just take one of those tests and record it live for y'all. Let me find one. Maybe I'll look for other tests. Let's surf. Whatever. Okay, I found one. It's like the first result on Google. I thought it would take a little bit longer to find these, but whatever. Using the key below, answer the questions based on how strongly you agree or disagree with the statement. I'm good at spotting patterns that other people miss. I would probably say strongly agree, honestly. You know, the whole point of me making this channel was to talk about stuff that a lot of people don't talk about, like society and stuff. I prefer to do the same things the same way every time. Yeah, I agree. I find it challenging to understand the unspoken rules of social interaction. Yeah, I totally agree to that. You know, culture sucks. People often tell me I'm rude when I'm not trying not to be. My tone in conversations kind of makes me seem like I'm trying to be rude or that I'm angry with somebody, but I'm not angry. That's just how I sound. I have one or two special interests that can feel all-consuming. Yeah, I definitely do. I am very sensitive to physical sensations, such as how my clothes feel in my body. I fucking hate clothes. If I could be naked all the time, I would. But, I can't. Because society or whatever. Strongly agree. Eye contact can be uncomfortable for me. I never make eye contact, honestly. I just look around people. Sometimes I'll look them in the eyes for like a split second. But I don't really think eye contact matters that much. People just make it matter more than it should. I'm good at small talk or routine chit chat. Yeah, probably, honestly. I think I'm good at talking to people and getting what I want out of a conversation. Maybe maybe I'm just manipulative. No, probably not. But maybe it's just whatever fucked up part of my brain thinks with conversations. They're like games. You know, there's a goal. Whatever. You probably know what I'm talking about. I'll say kind of agree. People tell me I'm too literal. Strongly agree. I That does happen. In conversations, I'm often unsure of when it's my turn to talk. Yeah, I interrupt people a lot. I've been told that. Repetitive movements. Yeah, 100% agree. I don't even have to finish that question. When my routine is disrupted, it can be distressing. Strongly agree. I like to collect or track specific types of information, for example, train schedules, historic dates, or different varieties of birds. I would say kind of agree, honestly. I do a lot of studying online about random shit, you know? I mimic other. Yeah, I don't even have to finish that question either. Strongly agree. It's easy for me to understand what others are thinking, even if I don't say it. I'm neutral on that. I'm neutral on that one. I talk about my interests. Yep. Don't even have to finish. Don't even have to finish this question. Strongly agree. I often miss when people say one thing but mean something else. I'd say kind of agree. I'm really good at well, I'm good at saying one thing and meaning something else myself, but I'm bad at picking up when other people do it. Certain sounds that don't seem to bother other people are very upsetting to me. I would say kind of. I'll be neutral on that one. It's more smells than sounds, honestly. I wanted to get these soundproof headphones for a couple reasons. You know, one, because I'll be in class and there's just some annoying as fuck kids in my class and I don't want to listen to them all the time. And two, that when I grow older, I want to get guns and I want to have some sort of ear protection for when I am able to buy a gun and shoot it. So I would just, I'll just say neutral. I find it challenging to begin a conversation with two or more people. Disagree. Imagining something that's not real can be difficult for me. Strongly disagree. I wouldn't say this is a real thing specifically. I guess it's real, but like maladaptive daydreaming, I daydream a lot. I can picture a lot of stuff in my head. I daydream and I regular dream a lot. I can definitely picture something that's not real in my head. Let's see my score. 80 out of 100, several signs of autism. Low functioning. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. uh maybe there'll be another ad. Maybe there'll be another ad for something. Take another test. Executive function test. What the fuck is executive function? How successfully do you pursue goals and plans? I plan a lot sometimes. If someone tells me to do several things at once, I'm more likely to forget one of them. You know what? I'll say neutral. I'm neutral. I'm neutral on that one. I'm a self-starter. I'll say kind of agree because I have a lot of stuff I do just out of my own volition. I don't. Sometimes I take orders from other people, but I don't like taking orders from other people. You know, authority and whatnot. I can usually make important decisions easily without much stress. I'll be neutral on that one again. I'm not really sure how to answer that question. I'm generally good at estimating how long a task will take. I'll say strongly agree. When I encounter an obstacle or face a setback, I typically recover quickly. I mean, would it be a little narcissistic to say agree? Because I don't know how other people would perceive me, how I face obstacles. I mean, I'm not really sure how to answer this question, honestly. There's a lot of things this could mean. This could mean, like... That's the problem with these tests. These questions are way too fucking vague. Because there's... How am I supposed to know what this exactly means? I'll just say kind of agree. I have a good memory for things... Nope. Don't even have to answer that question. I can just say disagree. I don't even have to continue reading it because you already know I have terrible fucking memory. Compared to other people, I tend to overreact in stressful situations. I'll say agree, yeah. When trying to solve a difficult problem, I often feel confident about where to start. Strongly agree. I solve problems differently than a lot of people. In my head. So, I think I can say agree on that. I'm good at noticing when a project or discussion is going poorly and I can adjust as needed. Strongly disagree. Sometimes conversations are just going to shit and I can't even see that. I think everything's normal. Or somebody will be really mad at me and they'll think I'm rage baiting them because I'm not even sensing that they're mad. I'm just talking normally. I'm giving a logical explanation and they're pissed about it because they think I'm rage baiting them or something. Or maybe they're just being hypocritical. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I frequently forget where I put things like my phone, keys, or wallet. I mean, is this really a planning issue? Because it's a spur of the moment thing where you're going to put your phone, you know? You put it on a desk, you put it on a table. You're not planning out where you're putting your phone in advance. But I would say I do forget. I feel like everybody forgets. That's not a thing people who are bad at planning do. It's just a thing everybody fucking does. When a task has a lot of steps, I often skip. Yeah, I agree. Strongly agree. I meet the goals that I set for myself. I do a lot of things, okay? And I can't be bothered to finish a lot of things. So I'm going to say neutral. When an obstacle arises, I can easily become upset. What does obstacle mean? Define obstacle. I'm not really sure what it's talking about. I'll say kind of agree. I always think carefully before acting. I'll say kind of agree. If I really want to do something, I usually do it even if it interferes with my long-term goal. Again, it's just too vague. I don't know what this means. What is the something? What is my long-term goal? What is interfere? You know, what define these things in this specific situation. It can't answer this question without knowing, you know? So I'll say neutral. I'm neutral about that. When I encounter a serious obstacle, I stop to make a plan before taking action. Strongly agree. I definitely do that. I'm not one to just rush in and, go with my gut, because my gut's often wrong. Sometimes it's right, but, it's important to use your brain. Humans were gifted a brain for a reason. Might as well fucking use it. I try to get important tasks out of the way first, even if I know the less important tasks are more interesting or fun. Disagree.